Welcome folks, this is KP from Random Vids, and this is my random review of my new Samsung Neo QLED Q90D TV. So let me switch this bad boy on. Okay, so some of you might be asking, why did I go for a 50-inch one rather than the 55 or any bigger? Because my bedroom is not that big, so I just wanted to get something that was just the right size for my room. So I'll call this my bedroom TV. So how is it so far? Well, kind of like a mixed review. I think the TV is brilliant when it comes to picture quality, but obviously I'll go through a couple of the flaws as I go along with this quick review. Right, so start off with your home page, and if you look over here, you've got three sections: for you, live, apps. So for you, it's what Samsung recommends. You've got your store apps, which I call it your home page. You can customize that just by going over here, and you can just basically go around however you want. In order to add an app here, when you install one, it goes add to home, so that's why you do it. So these are my favorite apps I've just put over here. These are boring Samsung recommendations. Some of them are right, but it's not quite competition for the Fire TV, because Fire TV tend to give you a bit more of a selection. Anyway, so navigation's all right. Sometimes you get the occasional stutter, but overall, I mean, I think it's improved compared to my previous TV, which is the Samsung NU8000. So on the side here, you've got your options. You've got search. You can go and search for anything, games, TV shows, movies, apps, and you just type in whatever you want to look for. So I'll just type in Jurassic World. Of course, you can use your voice assistant as well to actually speed this up. But for demonstration purposes, I'll just use that. Now with voice, you've got two options. You've got Bixby and Alexa. So let's quickly go and find this film first of all. Bloody hell, it's taking ages, isn't it? There we go. You see what I mean? I mean, with the Fire TV, you tend to find things a lot more quicker. Here, it will tell you where you can rent it or buy it. Now, I've got Now TV, but for some reason, it's not recommending Now TV. So that's a bit of a strange one. It doesn't recommend Now TV programs, but maybe that's something that Samsung don't want to work with. Anyway, so here you go. You've got your choice of like how you can watch that film, some games as well. Let's quickly go back to the home page. You've got ambient. This is basically your screensaver. You've got choices here. Show you my favourite one. My favourite one's this one here. Where is it? No, not that one. There we go. And finally came on. And it comes on. So it's quite a nice screensaver. You can keep it on. It's got a little timer to it as well, so you can adjust the times. So you can have it for an hour or so. You can have it for up to 4 hours. The downside is you can't actually pick your favorite ones here. You've got to like literally go back all the way through and just go and search for the one that you like, rather than have like a little section here to choose your favorite ones. Samsung also likes to promote their own stuff. I mean, K-pop, nah, you're right. Okay, so Daily Plus, I don't really use this part. It's all about fitness, so we'll just come out of that. Not my thing, but that might be some people's thing. Who knows? Game. Obviously, if you're a gamer, the TV supports up to 144 Hz refresh rate. So you will benefit this if you're a gamer. So if you've got Xbox account, you've got Luna account, GeForce Now, get any of these accounts, you sign in with it, and voila, you can actually play your games on the TV. So if you're a gamer, which I'm not, it's a good thing. You can, and you've got your My Games as well. And then finally, obviously the homepage, which I showed you earlier on. It's got a live TV, which is quite good. Nothing special though, because again, it just mainly promotes Samsung own Plus TV Plus channels, or some of the Freeview ones, which isn't great, but still, and apps what you've installed. So Samsung are trying to compete with Google and Fire TV, excuse me, with regards to having a promotional homepage. I don't think they're quite there yet. So it's not quite in the Fire TV rate standards, but they're getting there. So give them credit where it's due. It's just a little bit boring. Just got a little few things to choose from. And there you can choose your app settings. So basically apps. You can delete your apps, or you can lock them, or add to home. As I was saying earlier on, you can put your apps on your home page, which is the very first page I showed you. So that's the option there as well. Okay, so let's go back up to live. And again, very little options to like change your live TV content. Just quickly show you some other stuff as well. Connected devices. As you can see, it can tell you what you're connected to. I've got my Fire Cube. I've got my USB flash. Camera experience. I've never done that before, and I don't really care about it. But if you are into camera experience, you can go into that, and it will load up for you. There you go. So you can enjoy experiences with your camera. So on your TV by connecting the camera, which doesn't really appeal to me, but it might do for other people. So that was live TV, by the way. TV aerial to the back. So you can go live, you click on guides, and it loves showing the Samsung Plus channels, and you can configure your Freeview. So I've got my favorites, which I've got a mixture of Samsung TV Plus and also Freeview ones, but you've got to click on all. So if I click on all right now, shows you all your channels, and there's quite a few to choose from, as long as your TV aerial is strong enough to pick up a signal. So it's pretty good with regards to that. Obviously, if you've got Freeview here in the UK, you'll know that the picture quality is a bit of a mixed bag. Some of it is quite poor quality. We're going back to like noughties, even more longer. Some of it's HD, which is like BBC 2, ITV 1, Channel 4, Channel 5, just a few. Settings. So you've got your settings here, which you can configure. So let me turn that down a little bit because I want to have a loud sound in the background. And you can customize these settings as well. So you've got your main settings, which is what I tend to use rather than these shortcuts. So you've got all these shortcuts for your picture and sounds, but I tend to use this one here. So now out of the box, TV's on boring or eco modes, and eco mode is just a standard modes basically. If you look at it, I'll show you what it looks like. And I've got a nice black screen here now. I don't know why that happens randomly. Sometimes that actually happens. Let's try that again. There you go. Now, this stupid message pops up quite often. Changing this feature may increase your power consumption. Do you want to go ahead? Yes, I do. Samsung, don't keep telling me whether I need to change things just for and then worry about power consumption. I know about the power consumption of my TV, so stop telling me every 5 minutes. So here we go. So I've got to put Jungle Book on. Now, eco mode has, by standards, that soap opera effect, which is, if you know what I mean, it's like it doesn't look natural. And you can configure it. So out of the box, profiles are literally eco mode, and I'll show you what other profiles there are. Go in settings. So you've got your 5. You've got your dynamic, standards, eco, movie, and filmmaker. Movie and filmmaker are pretty much similar, so it makes no sense. It would have made more sense to have it as sport mode. So if you're a sport fan like me, you can have your sport mode. So I tend to keep mine on standard mode. Now, if you live here in the UK or somewhere in the EU, you are going to see this ridiculously annoying message pop up every time you want to change your picture profile. Samson, I hope you're watching this, because I've reported this to you and it doesn't look like you're going to do anything about it. Do you want to go ahead? So basically it's saying you're changing your profile and it's going to increase your power consumption. Do you want to go? Yes, I do. Every single time. Every single time. Look, let me show you again. Dynamic mode. Click on it, okay. Stop reminding me about that. Now, it's even better doing it this way than if you say, for example, you use the shortcuts. So I'm going to use the shortcut menu here. Watch this. So if I go back to your normal page, home page, go to the settings. Imagine I choose it from here. Watch this. Slow. Look how slow it is. Yes, yes, I want to change it. Change it again. Eco. Now, eco mode is the only one that doesn't give you that stupid message. But then it brings up this one about power consumption. So if you turn eco mode off in your settings, it wants to ask you if you want to still go ahead. Let's try that again. And this is where the drawbacks lie with this TV. Some of the actual, it's like a lag, basically. The software is not great. Change it. You see what I mean? Now you catch my drift. So basically, anytime you want to change your profile, it comes up with that ridiculous message. Going back to the home page. So overall, this TV has got a beautiful TV panel. Samsung, it's a Neo QLED 50-inch TV panel, which is supposed to be one of Samsung's top of the range. So it's a great TV panel. If I show you an example on YouTube, for example, let's go to a YouTube video, 4K. You'll see what I mean. Go to my 4K playlist. And as you all know, adverts come up on YouTube every so often. Skip. And it's gorgeous. The TV panel is beautiful. Speakers are very good as well. So I'm using TV speakers rather than a soundbar. My old TV had a soundbar. This one I've just used TV speakers. And it does actually generate a very strong sound. If you want to see what sort of sounds you can get, you can pick from surrounds or amplify. So let's quickly go into sound. I passed it. There we go. Standard, I beg your pardon. Standard or amplify. So standard's quite. You can use an equalizer for standards. I tend to keep it on amplify because I find the sound just goes a bit more deeper. But you can't use an equalizer with that. Bear that in mind. TV speaker, and you can choose it with between TV speaker and your soundbar. I haven't got a soundbar connected to this TV. So let's go back to this video, and I'll tell you what I mean, like with regard to the picture quality. Eco mode, boring. Let's quickly go this way because I find it a bit more easy to do it this way. Power consumption message again. Stop this message, Samsung, for goodness sake. Standard, dynamic. Now, whoa. Check that out. Look how vibrant that looks. I mean, again, you can customize these yourself as well. So, yes, you want to go over blah, blah, blah. Go into expert settings and you can change these to your personal preference. So there's loads of different options that you can choose from. You can start off with brightness, contrast, sharpness, color, tint, and then you can just literally move down to a bit more fine tuning. Picture clarity, obviously that means that blur and jolly. I tend to keep these either low or off because I find that the picture doesn't look natural if you have it on high jolly and blur reduction. Everything else, I'll just keep it on standards because obviously you don't want to have too much picture noise. But you get my gist. And you can do that with all your profiles, even with boring eco modes. If I go into boring eco modes, you go into expert settings, there you go. The reason why eco mode set as is because it's supposed to be good for your TV and power consumption, blah, blah, blah. But no, I think I prefer it anything but eco modes. Thank you very much, Samsung. So out of the box, the pitch, there you go again. Change this feature may increase power consumption. Yes, I do. And this very, very, very annoying pop-up pops up all the time, which Samsung really needs to change. This is the most frustrating part of the TV. So everything that's good about the TV gets overtaken by those stupid little messages. So let me go back to the home page. Anyway, that's my Samsung QN90 brief review. I'm not a telly expert by any means. I'm sure there are other channels that will tell you a bit more in detail about what sort of panel they use. This one's got a VA panel, which is vertical alignment, but I'm not going to pretend I'm a tech expert, so I ain't going to tell you with regard to what that means and what the difference between that and an IPS, etc. You can look at that up. It's supposed to be better quality with regard to having a near OLED quality experience. Now, nothing will beat an OLED, but this will give you better quality. Anyway, I will wrap this up now, and thank you for watching my brief review of the Samsung Neo QLED QN90D. Thank you very much.